Start. Okay, looks like we're live. So first of all, I do apologize for not having this episode up yesterday at the original time. I decided I was going to squeeze it in today before I went to work. The best part about today is I don't have to take a shower because I already did it last night because I smelled so bad. Oh my gosh. But then I also forgot to do the SRX Super Show in the process, another episode of that. So that was rescheduled to tomorrow at 8 o'clock. That's the new start time for the SRX Super Show. So I've been meaning to do this episode since last week, and I wanted to talk about what has been happening, at least from what I've seen on both in wrestling. First of all, I want to address the kind of like costume change on Nikki Cross. At first I thought, what were they thinking? This is not the Nikki Cross that I think everybody is used to. We're not used to seeing this. We went from, okay, so actually to rephrase, we went from this kind of like lunatic who's off the hinges, kind of crazy, to a superhero. Nikki Cross has just become a superhero, donning kind of similar to what the Hurricane wore, but it's more of like a gymnastics kind of costume with a cape, basically. But she's still winning matches. She's still going, and from what I've seen from fans in the comment section, I mean on YouTube, but I haven't seen any on Instagram or Twitter or anywhere else. They seem to kind of like it, and from the looks of things, it is kind of working for her. So, I mean, I can give this a chance. I can see where this goes, and kind of feel it out a little bit. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to, but I'm willing to try it. Money in the Bank, man, that's coming up here really fast, and somebody pointed this out probably about a few days ago. I was scrolling through TikTok and I found this, either that or probably was scrolling through social media on my computer, and Hell in a Cell this year is the final pay-per-view to ever be held in the Thunderdome, which that's cool to see. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Thunderdome is a good concept, but it's so hard to perform when you don't have that raw reaction from the fans, because that's what the wrestlers feed off of. That's what they thrive on. Without it, it's kind of hard for them to really thrive and to really do the very best that they can to put on a show for the fans. I mean, they can do it for the fans that are watching on TV, but they can't do it for the fans that are virtually there. I mean, because it's a totally different feeling. And I'm really happy to see that they're going to be back on the road on July 16th, which is right now, that looks to be 2 weeks away. So, you know, I'm really excited. I can't wait for them to be back on the road, and it's gonna be a little bit weird at first. I mean, it's kind of like WrestleMania earlier this year, you know, with just them going to Raymond James Stadium this year and having a pretty decent crowd. I mean, a pretty decent turnout both nights, at least up to 30,000 people, which was honestly something that was pretty awesome to see. But yeah, that's actually gonna be really fun to see. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what Money in the Bank and SmackDown and Raw are gonna look like once it comes down to when they get back on the road. Will it look normal again? Will they have a certain capacity of people? Seeing as how a lot of states have reopened, most likely it's all going to be 100%. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Sami Callihan. Let's switch gears. Sami Callihan, it was officially reinstated the very next week. I called it. This was a part of storyline. And Don Callis has gotten the boot from Impact Wrestling, but he's still managing Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks, and yeah, he's managing those 2 tag teams and Kenny Omega. But I mean, I just wanted to point that out because, you know, it's really interesting to see where this is going, because there are actually quite a few wrestlers that can actually take down Kenny Omega. Triple Mania's coming up. Andrade, I think, is set to take on Kenny Omega at Triple Mania. So it'll be interesting. I mean, obviously Andrade is in AEW, so I mean, he could probably very well take the AEW title there. I don't know. But I mean, there's been a lot of stars that have come in and almost dethroned him, only to be saved by the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers and everybody, basically. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is that things, I think, are slowly starting to fall apart. Very, very slowly. But, you know, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the coming weeks. But, that'll do it for this episode. I'm gonna end it now because this computer feels like it's getting hotter and hotter. I swear I got the doors open, all my windows are covered, all the fans are on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and end it because I don't want this computer to burn up. But thank you guys a lot for watching. If you liked it, be sure to give it a like, and if you have not considered subscribing yet, recommend you do so and keep up with some fine content coming out in the near future. And that about does it for me. I'll see you in the next one.